Ultrapro here again. I'm back. Got some more video gameplay for you. First of all, I wanted to just apologise that I haven't been on quite as much as I would have liked recently this month. Since my birthday when I got home from Greece, things have been a bit busy. We've had new windows. I've been working at my new job and it's just been, it's not that it's hard, it's really good. Enjoying it so far, but it's quite full on, it's quite busy, and getting home from work I've just been a bit knackered. Some nights I finish quite late depending on how much work there is to get done. Anyway, regardless of all that, I also was having problems with this up until recently, whereby no matter what I did, seemingly, the picture was coming out, the capture rather, was going slow for some reason. I have no idea why. I've been tweaking around with it, messing about, and fucking about with my Windows settings to the point of almost having to restore Windows images and whatnot, and I've finally seemed to have been able to get it to work properly again. So without further ado, I would like to bring you guys finally some footage from one of my favourite quirky, unusual, different Sega Saturn games. This is Dark Savior. Now this is kind of an RPG in a traditional sense that it has a story, it's got many colourful characters, it's it's got items, picking up items, levelling up, things like that. But it's not your average RPG. Now I'm going to go into more details in a few minutes because this is actually a trial run for a new type of video, a new way of introducing a new game on my channel. So instead of me telling you about the game and then showing you 20 minutes of video footage from the game, I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to introduce the game, tell you a little bit about it, play some footage, and then maybe say something else. And it's not going to be as long, so it's just a brief overview and my thoughts on the game. So yeah, it's a crazy little game for the Saturn. It's one of the it's definitely one of the standout titles. The Saturn's library is fantastic. I mean, this is fast becoming probably my second favourite console behind the Dreamcast. I had it obviously from before the Dreamcast came out, but at the time I didn't really get heavily into the console's library. I had a lot of the classics. I had all the Sonics, Knights, Panzer Dragoon was amazing. I had Burning Rangers and a bunch of others, but I didn't really branch out into the library of the Saturn until the last 2 years. So yeah, Dark Savior is one of those really standout weird titles. Anyway, here's some footage of Dark Savior, and I shall see you in a moment. Okay, so as you can see, Dark Savior is it's kind of I don't know whether the right term is isometric, but the camera is above your character. So, but it's not directly above like a real-time strategy. It's kind of well, it is like a real-time strategy camera angle in the sense that it's not directly above. It's kind of slightly off to the side, and you can move it around. But it's very much to do with the physics of the environment. It's almost like they designed it so that there's a grid, a certain amount of space that your character can walk between. You'll see in further pieces of footage that if I want to go around a bend, I can't actually move smoothly in a bend. I have to go forward, right, left, right, almost sort of like right angles all the time. The whole game centered around sort of your ability to gauge the environment, the position you are, your shadow. Where your shadow is very important. But yeah, it's not just about the gameplay. It can be a little bit frustrating if you're picking this game up and you've never played it before. I would say you need to spend a couple hours just getting used to how it works, and maybe do the first level again after the first time you've done it, because the time that you'll spend trying to complete the first level, just getting your head around the way it works and the physics, you'll probably spend an hour or more, like I did in this video. I'm not showing the whole hour, but I did spend about an hour and 20 minutes, and I had only just really gotten on to Jailer's Island, or whatever it's called, Prison Island or whatever. Yeah, so the graphics are gorgeous. There's nice 2D character sprites superimposed over the 3D backgrounds, and I actually think that some of the 3D graphics in this are some of the cleanest I've seen on the Saturn, especially the boat sections, like with all the bits that, you know, all the scenery and the bits that fall down, and from above the boat and everything. It's all very nicely done. It's all very polished, and yeah, it's just a quality title. Here's some more footage. anyone notice my new poster? Just slightly off topic. Found that in a Master System game. You'll never guess which one. You're going to think, oh yeah, it was a really good one. It was a brilliant game. It was, what, like Phantasy Star, you know, Sonic 2, whatever. No, that was in Rambo 3. So yeah, I was quite happy to dig that out, and I've put that out for you guys to drew that. There's the original Master System, Space Harrier, Outrun, a couple other little characters in there, not many. So the date on the poster is 1987. Yes! I'm older than that poster by 5 years. Anyway, Dark Saviour. As you've probably seen from some of the footage, it can get a little bit frustrating. The majority of the game centres around you solving environmental puzzles. Like, for example, there's a whole action section that you get to soon. At this point in time, I don't know exactly where the video footage that you guys are watching is up to, because I'm recording this before I'm cutting and editing the video footage. So, you know, it's all a learning curve. Whatever, who cares? There's some footage coming up soon, or you may have seen it already, of the character walking around this sort of wooded area, this kind of foresty area, or not really a forest but a swamp. There's grass and water and loads of logs, and it's very unforgiving. You have to jump at the right time, you have to be at the right position, you have to be in the right amount of space. And I actually got to a point where I couldn't get any further last night, and I just completely gave up at about 1 o'clock in the morning. I just thought, I can't be doing with this anymore. I've just fallen in the water 3 times. I think I'm going to just start from scratch in a couple of days. Because every time you fall in the water, you've got these hunters points. I don't know what they do or what they're for, but basically it's like lives, near enough. I had 170 points, and every time I fell in the water it said, I'm taking 10 points off you. And I started like 3/4 of the way back at the beginning. So yeah, that's a little bit frustrating, but it's all just basically trial and error, and I've saved before it. So now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it, I'm going to blitz all the way through to the very end, and then I'm just going to Google the solution for the next bit, because I can't fucking remember how to do it. But anyway, yeah, Dark Saviour's a really nice little RPG. It's story driven, character driven. The whole point of the game is that there are multiple story arcs and paths that you could possibly take. I'm not sure how many there are, so don't quote me terribly there, but it basically says here, from the makers of the legendary Landstalker, never heard of that, comes a fast-paced action RPG guaranteed to grab your attention with climax Hyperion perspective viewing system, so that's the camera, and a unique one-on-one battle mechanism. Dark Saviour offers a tough challenge every step of the way as you unravel the unpredictable parallel plots in this revolutionary adventure game. There you go, parallel plots. So you might play through it a different way next time. The plot will be slightly different. That was the other thing I didn't mention. And I'll skip back to the footage now, because I'm probably boring you guys. Back to the footage. So the last thing that I will mention about this game is I do quite like the fight system. I haven't gotten, this time of playing the game, I haven't gotten all that far into it, so I haven't really been able to delve too deeply. But you can obviously unlock like moves and weapons and things like that, and there's currency that you buy things with, and the fight system is quite clever because it's actually kind of like a one-on-one battle where you swing at the enemy, they might guard, you have to guard. It's quite cleverly done. It's different for an RPG. It's kind of real time, but there is a certain amount of strategy to the turns that you take, so you might not, there's no point going in there and swinging 8 times in a row because he'll just block every time. If he's blocking, he'll block pretty much every time. It's only dependent on, it's dependent on the difficulty of the character. So if he's quite a powerful character, he'll just block, knock you over. But in general, it's quite well based. You can back off, and as they're approaching you, take a swing, and you might knock them on the floor, and then you can hit them again, and then you'll lay them out, and then you'll get up, and you have 2 lives. So in that sense, it's almost like a fighting game when you have battles going on. But anyway, yeah, we'll show you some more footage now. Just gonna jumble it up as much as possible, try and make it interesting. Hope the video's not been too long. I hope I haven't bored anyone to tears too much, but I really like this game, and I probably should have done this kind of video with Dragon Force. Yeah, that would have been good, because that's another game like this that's very... Can't pigeonhole that game. You can't pigeonhole Dark Saviour really either. And there's fuckloads of Saturn games where you cannot pigeonhole them. You cannot set them into a specific genre because they just don't fit whatsoever. And that's what I love about this little fucking system. It's awesome. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Dark Saviour. Have a look at some more of this footage. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to see more footage, as in like a walkthrough or anything like that, I will only actually do it if I get some people requesting it. So, because otherwise it's just going to take forever. I don't want to have every game that I play turning into a walkthrough. If there's a game that I've got that you've seen on my channel that you want to see more of, just put it in the comments, or send me an inbox email or whatever, or come on retrovideogamer.co.uk, send me a private message. It's just Ultrapro on there, or DC Ultrapro on there. Otherwise, yeah, hope you've enjoyed the footage. Look out for more videos coming soon, assuming this little fucker works, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.